you said that the whole dispute revolves around numbers. And you were before us in 2017, and the question of Section 83 of the Elections Act was prominent at the time. Morgan versus Simpson was prominent. You were Attorney General at the time. A number of things happened around Section 83 post our judgment. My question is, looking at the qualitative, the quantitative test, and Professor Kindiki raised the question too around Section 83. I had it before he raised it. Could you speak to it? And what is the approach you should take in this case regarding the test to apply?
How do we know which sense will be applied when? As a former Attorney General, perhaps you can point out to us whether it is in regulations, it is in the law, but how do we know which sense is applied when? My second question goes to the history of independent commissions, and Professor Muigai, you sat on the CPRC together with my colleague, Justice Lenaula, and you do know that the drafters of the Constitution introduced independent commissions and independent offices to deal with issues of authoritarianism, accountability, transparency, and to do away with the issue of one person having power.
In the morning, you did really argue quite strongly that when it comes to verification, tallying, and declaration of the result, the presidential election result, that really, if you look at the law, in your interpretation of the Article 138 and the jurisprudence that say emanates from this court, you seem to be arguing that that is strictly within the purview of the chair's mandate, and that really these other commissioners, let's say the remaining, the 6 commissioners, really ought not to be around that, because that's a role reserved for the chair.
The blame on the events of the 9th at the tallying center, Bomas of Kenya, that the two groups of parties are placing the blame on the first and second petitioners' agents and sympathizers and supporters during the tallying and verification. Of course, we have images. Many of us were not there. At least the bench was not there. But we have images which we saw on TV. We cannot say anything about what exactly happened, but we just know there was commotion, and the people are throwing chairs and even perhaps attempts to harm each other. But we cannot say anything about it ourselves as a bench. Neither were those matters before us in these proceedings. No evidence or allegations, affidavits. We have seen the affidavits, seen the submissions, but no actually determination or delving into any evidence.
As regards the requirements of Article 140, and just remaining within Article 140, and even considering that the 4 new commissioners only arrived in, was it September last year? And whatever it is they've been doing on a day-to-day basis, please clarify in my mind, because it's a major issue here, what the constitutional role of the 6 commissioners is under Article 140. And once you tell us what it is, just position their role against that of the staff of the Secretariat and of the chair.
I think they were quite comprehensive. the team led by Professor Gebu Muigai, you can see what we want to understand is this disconnect arising from INBC. Because when we look at Article 88, the role of INBC is to supervise and conduct elections. I do not want to repeat this question. Why the chairman deemed it fit to allocate commissioners, I think what has been described as domestic chores, leaving the core business of INBC to the CEO to supervise. We've been told that they did a good job in the polling stations. Polling went on well, counting, tallying, and transmission until the National Tallying Center, where they are all there, but they are not doing the core business. Or, according to the Constitution, they have been given other duties. This is bringing a lot of questions in our mind.
Thank you, CJ. Sorry, I don't know whether it has been, but time without number, the issue of the 27 constituencies whose results, it is said, had not been included in the final tally before the announcement was made, keeps coming up. We have been told that, in fact, these 27 constituency results had been verified and tallied. But because of the commotion, somehow they would not be part of the announcement. But why did the chair, just before, when calm was restored, why would he not have included them? Because they had already been verified and tallied. Or did not include in the final so that they shouldn't be here bothering us? Why was it, where was the hurry this time? And already the results had been tallied and verified. Thank you, CJ.
Sorry, I just forgot a quick question, Professor Muigai, regarding my questions on Article 138. What is the implication of what you are suggesting on the chairpersons of other commissions? And I say chairperson, I noticed today everyone's talking about chairman, chairman, chairman. The correct term is chairperson.
Senior Counsel, I think myself that, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, that the most important day for a commissioner of the IEBC has got to be that time that they are doing the presidential election, you know. And I think there is a reason why their term is 6 years, because our elections are every 5 years. So that, I think it's likely that in the 6 years, or whatever time one gets in, a commissioner would have to conduct an election, a general election. Let's not just say presidential, but a general election. Therefore, what is the role of the commissioner, the 7 commissioners? Back to my question number 1, and strictly under Article 140 for me, and 138 3C. Thank you.